Hello, sorry for the bad video quality, but yeah, um, my expectations coming, I didn't really have any expectations coming to this class. I just thought that I kind of sort of expected it to be more about like history. I didn't really expect it to be like, it was more about like, it had some parts of history, but it was more about like the black experience basically, and I'm really glad for that though. Um, if I had to describe the Harlem Renaissance, I would call it tragic, beautiful, but but eerie. Um, it's tragic because of just how it ended, and it couldn't stay. The goal, I believe, was for us to have some prosperity within this country as a community, and I believe that was not accomplished. I believe that our community is more broken than ever, and so so coming from that perspective, like how our community's broken, it's just like a lot. It's either like when I was growing up, and it was so hard for me making black friends because they would think I like Emma Lou. So I'm gonna get to in a minute of like how I was just expected to be, or had expectations of me already, who they thought I was in their mind. Um, so, but back to the point, it's just economically, socially prosperous during that time, not as prosperous as, white people. However, we were supposed to make something of that time period, and just ended not so well. However, I did like the music, the poetry, so I would describe it as beautiful, and finally eerie, because I believe a lot of them knew, like, in the, like, end, like, eerie because, like, it was just this lurking feeling, when is this going to end, at some point, I believe. I feel like the 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 sorry, the two readings that were probably to just help describe the Harlem Renaissance was probably the stuff from like the very beginning. Oh, so sorry. Um, Potentially the Sport of the Gods, if I can remember. Can I remember anything from that? I don't think so. So, Progress of the God. Sorry, I had my. No, not that. I guess that would help describe the experience. I feel. Man. Oh, The Warmth of Other Suns, and just remembered The Warmth of Other Suns. Was that the one? Oh, yes, The New Negro, The Culture Cap, that whole block of things. But I also have another one I can't remember right now. But The Warmth of Other Suns, describing basically the Great Migration at the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance. And the previous, and just describing like why we moved, but to describe like that helped me gain understanding. I don't know, in a way I feel like okay. Scratch those other ones. The two readings that helped me gain understanding was Quicksand and the cup. I'm sorry. I should not be this tired. I have no excuses. Quicksand and The Caucasian Storms Harlem. That was a good one. Quicksand, about the light-skinned black woman named Zoe, I believe. Quicksand. Main. Helga. Yeah, Helga. I mixed her up with the other woman. Helga. She has a light skin. Black woman, and you would think that she would like get in with white people, but she wasn't. She was mostly annoyed with everyone. And I believe that's like why that sums up the Harlem Renaissance, is just like white people would come into our spaces and just, come in with their money and their capital and take from us, and then of course our community would let them. It's really obnoxious how like, and my papa sorry, that was Maggie. Please be quiet, Maggie. My papa, when he was like, told my brother don't ever call them boy, it's just like, he was like, our community, we don't know how to stick together. We need to stick together. We forget where we come from, and I believe that's very prominent in the Harlem Renaissance, that we are together in this community, but we don't know how to stick together and just appreciate what we bring. So, and Quicksand and The Caucasian Storms Harlem, and I believe that was about the do I remember that one? Okay, Maggie. Sorry. I believe that was about, it was the one with the nightclub and how white people go in there, and anyway. But yeah. Yes, I really, really believe, yeah. for yeah, the Crisis itself, the book, like it really is, it's a really good book. Like it just has great works in it. Um, um, I guess the post and like am I anyway the the essays or the Crisis itself, like our essays or whatever, they especially the issue I got, I never heard of the quote unquote Black Mozart, and that was really fun to learn about. I had no idea that there was a black man who played like that. Joseph Boulanger. Boulon. I'm trying to say Bologna. Boulanger or Joseph. It's just, it was really cool learning about him and his contributions. Also, the ads were interesting, I believe. Yeah, but this course really helped me learn about authors I've never heard of, and helped me appreciate the art that comes from my community. Um, and if I were a white student, this would help me better help understand the issues of the United States, or because it just gives context to how separated our communities are, and like how we aren't of like the same social status, economic status. It's said over and over again, but I believe like showing it and is actually different, and that's why Black history is so important, and how, you know, it's just brushed over time and time again. Like in that AP government class, literally we had an entire chapter of slavery, and I was like, wow, it's the first time I'm gonna get in depth look at slavery. He's like, no, we don't have enough time, so we skipped it. And why am I not surprised? And I bet you we did have enough time. It's just like people are uncomfortable. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it. What's the most surprising thing you learned in this course? I guessed about Queer Harlem. That was literally my favorite part of this course. My roommate, Ashley Domenico, she is, I think, she was in your American Lit course, and she was like, wow, I'm so happy I got to hear that, because like queer things or anything like LGBTQ is always like, are we ever like taught about their issues? Never once in my school, not once. And this is the first class I've ever gotten to take, and I was like, just, it was like, wow, it was actually mentioned. I really like that. My favorite text of this course, like overall, was The Blacker the Berry. That was my absolute favorite. Like Emmylou and her struggle. Like, unlike Helga, you know, Emmylou was bitter at some point, but she grew, and that was probably the happiest ending we've gotten to any, like, from any text that we've had. I am like really glad that I read, like, that book was like really good. Sorry. I could really relate to her at the beginning, trying to act sweet, and it was just, I I call it white markability. Marketable. Yes, white marketability. Like, you know, how white people always smile and connect, or it's their social norm, and it's the most culturally accepted. But like in our community, it's just like, you know, it's like, and that's why I've come to not like smiling at all. Like, I don't like smiling ever. Um, like to strangers and stuff, I just walk by. I don't like smiling at people. But, because, you know, especially like this black women are scary stereotype or whatever. So I will compensate, I feel like, and overcompensate and smile too much. And it's just like, whatever. If you don't like me, if you think some certain way about me, that's your issue. As you look back on your accent, looking back at all of the expectations I had, I did learn a good bit of history. Like, I did get some things out of this that I wanted, and I got something even more. I had a safe space. This class was like my absolute safe space. I didn't have that. I used to make fun of that concept, like, it's just whatever. But it was like, this class was so like it was just a relief, like, and I really loved that. And I'm really also sorry that I took this hard animal science class, and I feel like I couldn't give my best, but when I did, and I would stay up until like 2 a.m. doing these posts, like, I was so happy because I got what I wanted out of it. I wanted more, like, I guess more time, but like, but when I would just stay up writing, making sure that I had all this stuff, I got the most out of it. So, yeah. Also, like, I, I think at the beginning I told you I hated one book, and that was Their Eyes Were Watching God. But, I feel like I have more compassion for Janie now that I'm older, and now I can understand Janie's experience. And it's funny, like, how you can reread a book and have a totally different perspective, and how I've grown up. And so reading that book kind of made me emotional, and also it was weird, but I'm really glad that also that I got to learn about black artists and their names, and catching up on some of my black history. I feel like some of the black students in my class, Noelle, I love her. Like, she'd had the most awesome things to say, and she had she at the beginning, I felt like she, like, her, like, she knows her black history readings and stuff I didn't appreciate at the time, and I didn't read when I was little, and I really wish I did now. So I'm gonna catch up on my, you know, readings of black artists, and those types of things. And I'm so glad I took this course. It was my absolute favorite class, especially learning wise, learning new material, the things I didn't even know. Was not a lot to begin with anyway. I guess, like, the experience wise, yes, but like, black artist and work and things like that. And oh, my love for Langston Hughes just developed. Like, I loved him to begin with, but then finding out he was bisexual, I believe, and just love him. I love him. I love him. I love him so much. And the Black or the Berry. So thank you, and I'm glad for, and I'm so glad like you got to be my professor again. Sorry I suck as a student though. Bye.